kind of thing are you looking for today? What kind of thing are you looking for today? So just a word or two about, why are you here? What are you thinking about? Okay, so we have Katie saying tips on good practice of using virtual classrooms. We'll do our best. Janet says to build my confidence. That I'm all about building the confidence, Janet. I'll try to do that. Virginie says how to be engaging. I do pride myself out on that, Virginie. Good morning. And I'll see if I can pass on some tips. Nick says distinctions to webinars. And good morning all. We'll see what we can do, Nick. Now we are on a webinar this morning, but we're on a webinar talking about the virtual classroom. So that will be an interesting one. Good point, Nick. Nicola says information on mechanisms for virtual classrooms and a word on skills to make it work for clients. Thank you, Nicola. Nicola, I'm not sure what you mean by mechanisms for virtual classrooms. So just add a little bit more about that, if you would. Sam says tips on design and delivery for virtual plus software insight. And we've currently got Skype for Business. Skype for Business is very popular, Sam. Because obviously it's available within kind of I think it's the Microsoft world now, isn't it? It doesn't have a lot of features that we really like about good quality virtual classrooms, things like breakouts and stuff like that. It's a bit limited, but it can still be really good for maybe lighter sessions. So you'll still get a lot out of today, I think. Mark, you changed your name to have your Twitter handle at the end. Thank you, Mark. We already run webinars for learning, always on the lookout for best practice, tips and tricks, and intrigued by the Adobe as a platform. Thank you, Mark. And it's, all of you guys come here with learning, with experience as well. So we want to hear from you as well. And Virginie says, bonjour, Joe, and bonjour, Mike. Thank you, Virginie. Catherine says our current company doesn't train online at all, but I used to do virtual training in my previous company. So looking for tips on how virtual training can be used within my current role. Certainly, and we'll try our best, Catherine. Pooja says we use training centres and WebEx besides live meeting. Okay, so different software. I think you mean training centres. Oh, telecons, obviously. Thank you, Pooja. I was tripping over that one a little bit. Telephone conferences and WebEx, as well as live meetings. Thank you. And Nicola says she wants to know a bit about the platforms for virtual classrooms. Okay, so Nicola, we're not going to talk about that in a lot of detail today, but we can pick up on that as we go through. Do ask your questions in the chat window of me and of other people. Other people have got experience as well, and we can always have a separate conversation about that. Helen says, I'm a virtual classroom virgin, so happy to learn everything and anything. Oh, brilliant, Helen, and welcome. And Nicola says, I will do. I'm not shy. Neither am I, Nicola. You might have noticed that. Catherine says, would like more distinction on what a webinar is. People use that term in my company for online meetings. Well, that is a really interesting point. And that's exactly where we're going next.